What's going on, YouTube? So today I'm going to be making a different kind of video. I've been kind of thinking, not a lot of you guys really know who I am. Not a lot of you guys know my backstory. Not a lot of you guys kind of like know what kind of person I am inside. And today I'm going to be making a video about who I am, where I came from, where I believe I'm going to be going. And I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit about my background with school and getting bullied and dropping out of school and doing homeschool so I have more time to reach my goals. But we'll get to that in just a second. First things first, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Ryeley Palfi. I'm 15 years old. I bodybuild. I've done competitions and stuff. And from what I believe, I want to make a living off of this. So first things first, we're going to start off with, if you're not already following me on YouTube and Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, follow my Instagram at palfi.fitness so you guys can kind of see like a little background of what I do. Let's start off with my athletic background. So I've been athletic my whole entire life. I started racing motocross when I was 4 years old. Every single year was consistent with racing every single weekend. But you gotta know that I come from a place that we have winter 8 months out of the year, so it's pretty tough to race in that. So in reality, I was only racing 4 months out of the year, so we'll put that ahead there. And when I wasn't able to race, my parents put me in different sports such as soccer, baseball, volleyball, whatever we could really get my hands on. I've never not been athletic. I've always been in some type of sport. I raced motocross from when I was 4 to around 10 years old, and then something came to a stop with it. My dad, he crashed really bad and he got put into a coma. I mean, we've all had injuries our whole entire lives from racing motocross. So one year, my dad started working out. I mean, he's always been big his whole life, so I've always admired that about him. He did his first show and instantly I fell in love with it. And I was like, I want to be like that. You know, I want to do something different where I come from, because nobody here does it. So I'm like, maybe I can start a little trend, because I used to be like super popular in school and I used to like be a trendsetter type thing. So I picked up my first weight when I was around 12 years old, just messing around, you know, just kind of like having fun with it at first. And then after the show, I was like, you know what, I really want to get serious with this. So I contacted my dad's old coach. His name is Dane McCoo. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be anywhere I am right now. So, you know what? I appreciate everything he has done for me. I wouldn't be where I am without him today. So, thank you so much, Dane. And all my sponsors along the way, Gridiron Fit. I've been sponsored through this whole entire thing pretty much. So, I am truly blessed to have all that, which I know a lot of you guys may not be able to have those opportunities, but just know you don't need them. If you're really passionate about something, you will always find a way around it. But anyways, so it was about 1 year ago today, to be honest, that I contacted Dan. I was like, you know what? Hey, I really want to start leaning down for summer, because, I mean, who doesn't want to be shredded for summer as a kid, you know? So I was like, hey man, I really want to be like shredded down. I want to have abs and I want to like impress girls, because that's what I was all thinking about. And it's been super cool. I've gotten offered sponsors and stuff, and currently I'm sponsored by Magnum Nutraceuticals. They're the coolest company ever, and I truly do believe I'll be with them for my whole fitness career. Shout out to Marcus Collius for hooking me up with everything in life, man. It's just, without you, I wouldn't be where I am today either, even though we just started talking about a month ago. You've done so much for me. If you guys aren't following him, link's going to be in the description below. So, when I was in elementary school, all the way through grade 3 to 7, I remember coming home after school most days crying because people would call me fat and big boned, and people, like, they would always call me chubby, and I really took offense to that, because I really did try hard to always have like a nice body, because I was in so many sports. So of course I was a bigger kid, like I had that muscular development nobody else had. So I got really picked on and I got really sorted out for that. So I just remember coming home crying every day, and my mom and dad would always help me through it. And I got bullied really hard. So grade 8 comes by. I switched that all around by picking up my first weight, and I tried to lose a little bit of weight Like I dropped a lot of body fat, but didn't really put on too much size, so I was kind of like a regular kid. But got to that school, and all of a sudden it became a popularity contest. So my focus completely went towards that. I was definitely the center of attention all the time. I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of girl crushes, and I didn't really have a drive or focus for anything like in particular. So I pretty much did everything for fun. I was always in sports and stuff, as I said earlier. So I pretty much did all that to fit in at first, and then I had a really rough summer of hanging out with friends. Like I completely got driven away from the fitness lifestyle that I was kind of hoping I would go towards. So grade 9 rolls around, and then all of a sudden I got bullied for going to the gym more and more and more. I'd rather want to go to the gym and focus on my health and work. They kind of threw me out the door and just said, go do your thing, we don't want you anymore. So as my popularity decreased, I couldn't do it anymore. I had to find something else that would fill it. So I went, and this is a true story, I started my Instagram last year. The first thing I did was I blocked every single kid in my school and I started an Instagram page because I hoped that maybe one day I could inspire the kids that felt the same as I did, and maybe who were going through the same kind of stuff that I did. So I started that Instagram page for that reason, and all of a sudden 4 months later I hit my first 1,000 followers, and people started to take notice in that, because I guess I missed a few of the guys that I blocked or whatever, and they started taking notice, and they started actually picking on me even more, because they're like, oh, you're posting these weird shirtless pictures on Instagram and we don't appreciate that, we think you're a goof and stuff. And I'm like, whatever. So I did a really ballsy thing, and I took it into my own hands, and even though as much as I got picked on for it, I unblocked everybody on my Instagram page. And that was really hard, because all the girls that I used to like and stuff started making fun of me, and that really took control over my feelings and emotions. So the more and more and more I posted on my social media, the more and more and more my following had grew, and the more I got, like, the more attention I was starting to get. And once I hit 5,000 followers, I remember all those people that tried to make fun of me and all the people that threw me out the door and they judged me for what I was doing, they all came back and they apologized, and they're like, hey man, we're really sorry, maybe you want to go to the gym with me and stuff. And I seen right past it, respectfully declined their offer, whatever you want to call it. Grade 10 rolls around, you know, my popularity's grown because I've got more followers on my Instagram than the population I have where I live. So of course people took notice, and they're like, oh wow, Ryeley Palfi, I want to be your friend now, blah blah blah. So I'm like, no, you guys weren't there you guys weren't there for me in the past, so you're fake. You just, I can't do it anymore. So I took it into my own hands. Halfway through grade 10, I stopped going to school because it started getting so hard. People were judging me for what I was doing and stuff, and they were judging me for separating my time with my friends, and it's all because I had that goal, and I knew one day the goal I had in mind would pay off. So I did absolutely anything I could to reach it, and even if that had to mean sacrifice my closest friends. So I stopped going to school because I had a really hard time with people picking on me. I'm just going to talk a little bit more about like the bullies and stuff and how you guys can get past them, hopefully. If you're getting made fun of at school, or if you're even getting made fun of at your work because you're trying something different, just know that those are the people that have no goals and have no dreams for themselves. So they want to try stopping you with all they have because they're afraid to see you succeed. Just know you're capable of literally anything you think of. You know, if you have such a huge goal that people doubt you for it, why don't you try achieving it so that people look up to you for it, you know? It's like, even if they did bully you, why don't you try inspiring them for themselves, you know? It's like, look at it this way. Somebody's going to be taking it out on you so much because they're all afraid to try something different, right? You did it. You tried something different, and that can impact on somebody's life so much. You have no idea. So why don't you be that person? And why don't you change that mind of somebody? Even if they are a bully, maybe they'll come up to you and maybe they'll actually thank you for what you've done. My parents went through a divorce, and it was a really, really rough couple of years for me and my family. It was really rough for my dad. It was really rough for my mom. It just, you guys know how divorces work. It's not a good thing to go through as a kid. Now that I look at it, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know, my dad would never have started fitness because he was always working and stuff, but now that my parents are split up, he's got more time to do what he likes to do. And I believe it's all like a puzzle. Everything works out for a reason, and I believe that is the reason. My parents divorced. Yeah, sure, it was really hard at the time. If you're ever going through it, just look past it and maybe try looking for a brighter piece of that. You know, it's just, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what the outcome's going to be. Everything happens for a reason. All you got to do is just hope for the best. You know, it's just, you always have to stay positive no matter what. Even in the moment, if the moment feels so bad, usually something good turns out after. Like even if you're broke and have no money, maybe you have a goal and you work towards that goal, and even if you stay broke for a couple months or whatever, maybe your goal is going to work out for you and you make tons of money off that. You never know. But the biggest thing is, I feel a lot of people fail in life because sure, you might be able to make tons and tons and tons of money one year, but you absolutely hate what you're doing. You're not going to want to look forward to going to that same thing, you know? It's like you gotta follow your goals to get success. If you're doing what you love every single day, you will find success out of it no matter what, because you have that mindset of, I love this so much, how can I make a living off of this? Or how can I impact somebody else's life off of this? So there's so many things that you got to kind of like look at that nobody else would think of. And that's what separates me from other people, is they're all afraid to be different. I am different than all those people, and look where it's got me today. Nobody in this area has ever done anything that I'm doing right now. And I'm not bragging about that by all means, like absolutely not. Like I'm not bragging about nothing right now. I'm just trying to help you, and I'm trying to make a positive impact on your life, because maybe you guys can do something for yourselves too. You guys just got to have that positive energy. You guys got to have that positive mindset that anything is possible and you can reach no matter what. So I want you guys to look past all the failures you had in life, and I want you guys to learn from those, because without failure never comes success. What would happen one day if you were so successful, right? But you've never failed in your life? What would happen if something so little impacted that huge successful life you have, and you didn't know how to fix it because you've never failed before? All of that would be gone because of something so little that you weren't even able to fix because it was different. You've never failed before. You've got to learn how to fail. I know it sounds really weird, but you got to learn how to fail, and you got to learn how to succeed from failure. I'm not just feeding you guys a bunch of BS or anything. I'm trying to be as true to you guys as I possibly can, because I believe if you're acting fake, you're gonna attract a fake audience and they won't feel connected with you. That's why I engage with you guys on my Instagram 24/7. Like, I'll never leave a comment out. Like, I'm always responding to people's DMs. I'm always responding to comments. I'm building a relationship with all you guys because, well, quite frankly, I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. So I want to thank you guys by responding to you and hopefully helping you guys with your life struggles that I might have experienced for myself. And I can never thank you guys enough, because you guys are like my family to me. So with everything being said, I hope I can help your guys' lives, and trust me, you will get through it if you are going through something right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment down below your thoughts. Comment down below if you're going through something right now. I want to help you out with it. If it's super personal, just DM me on my Instagram @palfi.fitness. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for taking all this in as advice, as like it's been my life experience, and I just want you guys to know anything is possible. Like I said earlier, I came from a population of 12,000 people, and if you guys have huge goals like I do, why don't you just chase them? It might take you a while, but everything worth having takes a long time to achieve. So that's what I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe down below. Follow my Instagram, as I said earlier. And peace. Last summer